Hello, this is Nick Anderson, Senior Customer Success Manager with DoControl, and for this video we are going to be discussing how to appropriately use approval steps as well as looping functionality within our workflows. For the example, I'm going to be using the use case of when users from a particular group, marketing, make documents publicly available. So you'll see here from the trigger event, we are going to be using a change document visibility event. In the condition, we are going to say the actor in this case is in the group, and I have pre-selected marketing from our Google groups, but you'll also see if you have integrated Azure or Okta or Bamboo HR, these groups will also populate. And then down below, the second condition, which is very important for any public share workflow, is that is publicly shared macro is selected, and the value is true. In this instance, we are only focusing on change document visibility events where documents are made private to public rather than public to private. So this step is very important. The second step is where we are going to add an approval step, making sure that because we're sharing sensitive documentation, potentially making it available to anybody publicly, we want the actor to second of all reapprove the share in this instance. With the approval step, we offer several options for communication. We have an email, which can be sent directly to the user via email with an appropriate subject, a customizable body, or we also offer Slack. In this instance, I have chosen to send users a Slack DM to gain approval. Please note that this will require configuration of DoBot with our Slack integration. Now in this case, we have users, and I'm using the macro get actor email, which will automatically send the approval to the individual doing the share. Down here in the body of the message, I've kept my note very simple, but I said, hello, you shared, and I used the macro for get document name publicly. Do you approve? And at that point, if I go into preview, I can see a preview of my message from DoBot directly to this individual where they can approve or reject the share. And please note, within the editor here, you have the ability to customize what your message looks like, as well as pulling in any of our additional macros. One of the great things about DoControl is we are low code to no code, and these macros help you really customize these messages to your organization. Now below the text box, we have timeout duration. At this point, we can customize very, very nicely how long we want this approval to sit before it times out, in which case we can take action on the timeout as well. And you'll see that within our next step. So I have pre-built, if an actor in this case either says no or the request times out after 1 day, they will get a notification again in Slack saying that the document's public access has been removed, in which case DoControl will then take on the automated remediation step of removing the public share. Now let's build out what if the actor in this case says yes, they want to make this document shared publicly. What is great in this case is we'll go ahead and send them another confirmation in Slack. So I'll go ahead and I'll choose notify in Slack, drag it into the canvas, and then I can send it to the user. In this instance again, I'll go here and choose macro of get actor email, and then I can write this and then pull my document name for reference has been public. All right, in this instance, we have let the actor know that they will need to reapprove the share every 30 days. And if they do not, it will then remove the public share. So we did our notify step. The next step is to go over to the actions, grab the weight, drag it onto our canvas, and drop it. I'm going to link that as a next step. I'm going to make it look nice. And then for my wait period, as we mentioned in the notification to the user, we are going to wait 30 days. So for this duration, I am going to enter in my numerical value. And then I'm also going to choose whether I want seconds, minutes, hours, days. We can get very, very granular with the time. For this one, we had mentioned to the user 30 days. Now, this is where the looping functionality comes in, where we can loop back to the approval step. And all we're going to do is go down to the bottom of this wait box, click. We are going to drag this cursor all the way back up to the reapproval step, release the mouse, and you'll see now we have a looping function. So the workflow is if a user approves the share, we're going to notify them that it's been shared. We're going to wait 30 days, and then we're going to ask them to reapprove the share. And the logic is, again, if it comes to reapproval and they say no, or the request times out, the share will simply be removed. If you have any questions on the approval step, the looping functionality that we offer, or finding use cases on how to execute on this, please reach out to your customer success manager. We are more than happy to help. Otherwise, have a great day. Thank you.